August 31st, 1980, morning session continued.
Some clear knowledge about your own self, about your foremost own self. If you don't understand or don't abide in the true knowledge of yours, you will pounce on this, on the consciousness and on all the ornaments of the consciousness. And if you identify yourself with the creation of your own consciousness, you will be in trouble. You have to make a plan. उत्तर में मिलेगा है किसान है तो अब तक कॉम्बिनेश अब तक जरूर से नहीं सकता अब शानदार करे तो तोड़ना समझ करना बख्शना मतलब बनता ना पैसा चाहते अब तो पता जोड़ा इतना काली नियम का पुस्तक नहीं बोला है तो क्या हुआ है आमच्याकडे ज्ञान देतो आमच्याकडून कोणी ज्ञान देत नाही मुक्त मनाचा लाभ झालाय का आमच्या कशाला वाटतो Don't take this lady as an ordinary lady. She's a scholar, she's a doctor in Sanskrit. Not only that, she got her LLB also. She is to the first class first, getting 75% marks in laws. So whatever she picks up, she masters it. That is her quality. She is very knowledgeable. She knows all the Upanishads and the Gita and everything. He said, nevertheless, she did not get the true knowledge. Why she did not get it? Because she is in the shackles of her relatives, bodily relatives. She is caught up in that and meshed amongst her relatives. That's why she is not liberated. And then Maharaj finally said, because we might say elated that we are not like her. Maharaj said, all of you are just like that. जन्माच्या आधी आता संसाराच्या बंधनातून मुक्त झाला जन्माच्या आधी पहिला मुक्त आहे पहिला बंधन होतं आज नव्हतं earlier I was also bound by the shackles of this consciousness or I amness, this drama and bodily relations. Once I understood what this principle is, this beingness, the product of that I amness love oozing. Once I understood and recognized that, in the process I got apart from it. And where did I stabilize? I stabilized myself prior to the birth, which is free from all these relations. आत्मप्रेमाचं दुःख आणि आत्मप्रेमाचं सुख भोगावं आत्मप्रेमाचं आत्मप्रेम सुख ठेवलं जसं तुझं भाऊ स्वतःच्या पेक्षा सातवा सांगू म्हणजे सांगायचं का नाही फक्त बघायचं If anyone enjoys a little bit of this self-love, this oozing of this self-love I am, but he suffers an amount of suffering as a result of this I amness. This suffering because of the intimacy and the relations, bodily relations, this suffering is much more acute than the enjoyment which is only fractional. अंतर आपल्याला ओळखू म्हणून तुमच्या व्यवहाराचे तुम्हाला त्रास होत नाही. व्यवहाराचे जाणवतो तुम्हाला त्रास वाटत नाही ना, ओळखण्याचा त्रास नाही. खूप त्रास व्यवहाराचे जनत्व आत्मज्ञानातून झाल्याने he says because of your visit to this place, then because of your knowing your own self, are you not troubled by your normal daily life, your daily problems, because of the visit here, and you are trying to know your own self? The heaviness of your duties should not trouble you, he said. It is so.
Once we come here, we forget it. It used to trouble. It used to trouble us when we are there. There are difficulties in life. They do trouble.
तिकडे आल्यावर आम्हाला त्रास होतोय, पण तिकडे गेल्यावर पुन्हा आमचा रगाडा लागतो. तो बाजूला राहिला पाहिजे. It's not here. When you go there, the difficulties should be like that, and you must be apart from it. तो वृत्तीचा धर्म आहे, आणि हा वृत्त धर्म आहे. हे वृत्त आहे, विशाल वृत्त आहे, वृत्त नाही, वाईट वृत्त आहे. त्यांच्या वृत्तीचा धर्म आहे. When you stay put apart, that is only the knowledge I am. That knowledge I am, presently you are. That you are knowledge I am should not be affected by any of your problems or by any of your worries. Worries relate to your mind modification. It's an outcome of mind. You are not the mind. You are here as a witness. I am. Vrutta. Message I am. Stabilize in the message I am. And don't get involved with your mind, mental modification, mental worries, mental problems. मग चैतन्य उच्च झाले, शिवन उच्च झाले, मग हे उच्च शिवन उच्च झाल्यानंतर व्यापक झालं. व्यापन व्यक्तीने नसताना जीवनचा असताना उंचीचा पोट भरलं, जीवनचं झालं तरी पोट भरलं नाही. हो, उंचीचा भरलं. हो हो. आता हे जर उंच आता आहे तर समोरचा सुद्धा मागे करतो. हो, आणि निर्वाण निर्गुण परब्रह्म आत्मतत्व असते. No, he touches आत्मभूत. आपण बातमी आपण माहिती आपण he touches all the aspects of that your spiritual evolution. He says the first, you think you are. You are one with the body. Deha vritta. You think I am the body. The message means I am the body is the message. From that standpoint, you think I am a male or a female. When you are one with the body, you are one with the mind also. So whatever worries of the mind means yourself. You are the worries. That is the first thing. When you transcend that, and in transcending, you become the Shiva Vritta. Shiva Vritta means you are in a position to observe that you are not the body, not the mind. Shiva Vritta means only manifestation, I amness, only beingness. Everything you are, that is Shiva Vritta. But finally, the next evolution, the higher is, you are also not the Shiva Vritta. Shiva Vritta means the beingness. Beingness is the product of food essence body because of the parents. This I amness, product of the five elements. So when you observe that, you transcend that also. And then you realize, I am also not the Shiva Vritta. Then you are Nirguna Nirvana. That is your true abiding eternal state. Self-knowledge means to know what you are. What is your true nature? Whether you then acting, whatever you do happens spontaneously. You need not give up your efforts or your activities. Those will go on.
आपण आपल्या ते ज्ञान कसं आहे, आपण त्याची ओळख काय आहे, म्हणून जमेल. आपण ती ओळख काय आहे आम्ही ज्ञानप्रमाणे नाही काय आहे. अन्नाचे रूप आहे. अन्नाच्या रूपामध्ये स्वामी आपण असं काय अन्नाच्या रसाला सत्व म्हणतात. आपण असलेलं ज्ञान आपण देव म्हणतात, ज्ञान म्हणतात, ब्रह्म म्हणतात, माया म्हणतात, ईश्वर म्हणतात. म्हणजे आपण सुद्धा ज्ञान सगळे ज्ञानाचे नाव आहे. ज्ञान दाखवतो काय आपण फक्त
First, you must have that conviction that you are not the body, physical body. Then what are you? This knowledge that is residing in the body, this body is just the food. And that consciousness or that knowledge is yourself at the moment. So identify with that consciousness. And that is knowledge of the self. Ultimately, you get knowledge of the self through that.
एवढ्यात मुक्तच आहे.
Like in the beginning, philosophy, religion, all sorts of philosophy. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jain, Buddhist, all that I went through. European philosophy, and other things were different. I read all these so-called teachers.
आपल्या ज्ञानाला आपण त्याला काय कळलं ना कोण सांगत की बघ आपण तुला आपल्या ज्ञानामध्ये काम कसं आलं हे ज्याला कळलं नाही तो बघत ज्याच्या ध्यानाचा तो काय म्हणतो ते बघत. आपल्या शब्दाच्या अर्थावर पाहतो. आपल्या स्वतःच्या शब्दाच्या अर्थावर पाहतो. तेव्हा माझ नाव ठेवलं शब्दाला मग मनाचा तो शब्दाला त्यांचं लागला असेल कसा पण मागताना लक्षात मी कोणत्या भावाने तुम्ही मुक्त आहे मच्छाला सुरते आहे. ती भाषा वापरलेली असेल त्याचा धनाच्या भाषेवर सर्व वाचन आपल्याला आता नाही कळत नव्हतं एखाद्या कोणत्याही उपद्रवाचं ज्ञान आता आत्मज्ञान म्हणून आत्मापुढे म्हणून उपद्रव निर्माण झालेला तो उपद्रव शमन होण्यात असतो. त्या शमन होण्यात असतो फक्त उपद्रव व्यवहार करावा लागतो. जेव्हा म्हणतो आपण आहे ज्ञान अनुभवाने उपद्रव आहे. अनुभवात उपद्रव मिळवण्याकरता त्याचा परमार्थ मानायचा याचाच परमार्थ तो परमार्थ चालला সম্পূর্ণ আপনার কাজ করেছে।
Inclined to discuss with my old colleagues or hobnob with them. He says, when new people come, I only would like to guide them in respect of their knowledge I am only. I just want to direct them to find out why this I amness of theirs has appeared. What is the cause of that and how they are not that I amness. The crux of my teaching is only this. How that I amness of theirs has arrived and how they are in true nature, they are without that. So later on he says, this is the result of that drava. Because of the oozing of the love of somebody, this I amness is the product. Because of that drava, this upadrava. Upadrava means misery, suffering. Drava means oozing. And because of the oozing, the sense of I amness has arrived, appeared. And that means the suffering only, beginning of suffering. And because it cannot be sustained, it cannot be tolerated, that beingness itself keep itself occupied throughout, either doing this work or that work, just to tolerate the beingness. The misery in the form of this I amness, beingness, this upadrava, is a benediction from the parents, is a blessing from the parents. Therefore, are not the parents the cause and the instrument for this misery? He says, there is nothing which gives more happiness or more misery than the knowledge I am.
আপনারা বল করতে গুণাবার কেন বলতা
तो प्रश्न मानने से उठत होते पण थॉट ऑफ उठत नाही
ध्वनीचा भूमिकोणचा ऐकणारा पाहिजे की नको
उत्तम ही जरूर असते तो
ध्वनीचा भूमिकोणचा ऐकणारा पाहिजे
जरूर असते
ध्वनी म्हणजे नावाचा पण नाला माझा
माझ्या
ध्वनी पण ऐकणारा पाहिजे की नको तो ऐकणारा असला तुला कोणाला दिलो ध्वनी ऐकणारा असला तुला कोणाला दिलो ध्वनी तू म्हणतो नाला भाषेतून नाला प्रकार नाही म्हणणार पण तो ध्वनीतून जातो त्याचा भगवानची जाणता कोण सर्व आहे आणि तो आपण आहे दोन्ही आपण आहे आता मुलीचा जाणतो आहे तू संपाचा जाणतो आहे आम्ही काय करायचं पलीकडे जाऊन भेटतात नियमांच्या गोष्टी आहेत पलीकडे जावं पलीकडे जावं नियमाच्या गोष्टी म्हणजे आम्ही काय राहायचं बाळा ठीक आहे सत्य म्हणून आकार आकार म्हणून जन्म निर्माण झाला आकार क्षमता हो दर्शनात करू गोष्टी निर्माण झाली मग ते बघायला बाकीच्या सगळ्या गोष्टी निर्माण झाल्या होता तो त्या सर्व गोष्टीला जाणता राहतो जो कधी आपल्याला आपण जाणवत नव्हता तो त्या सर्व गोष्टीला जाणता राहतो
Combination of the sound. So some principle is always there. He called it Adhyatma. Adhyatma is the foremost, the priormost principle, ever abiding principle, the eternal principle. That is Adhyatma. That Adhyatma is principle must be there, it is always there. And also prior to the formation of the parents or the emanation of the child. Later I said, after this Adhyatma, Then the consciousness, I amness, and subsequent to consciousness, I amness is the space and word and all those 5 elements formation. But ever abiding principle is the eternal principle, that Adhyatma, which does not know itself. Situation, taking only the junction, main junction. He does not take you for rambling at any stray stations. That's why every time he touches almost all the entire series of this full period. The I amness. The lowest thing he does not touch at all. He does not enter the mind field at all.
ध्यानात जोपर्यंत आला नाही तोपर्यंत सुखन एक वाटते आणि माहिती नव्हतं आणि बरोबर आहे. पण आपण असं जेव्हा आपल्या ध्यानात तेव्हा सुखदुःखाची हेरंचच आहे.
Prior to the appearance of this knowledge I am, there was neither happiness nor misery. But after the arrival of this I amness or the consciousness, there was this free exchange of misery and happiness.
ब्रह्मांड आहे. आत्मा मिळाल्याशिवाय कसमाने ज्ञान नाही. कसमाने ज्ञान नाही. त्याचं आत्मज्ञान नाही. आणि आत्मज्ञानाकडे ब्रह्म नाही. शब्द तिथे आम्ही असलीच नाही. सरळ आम्ही आता शब्द तिथे आम्ही असलीच नाही.
The precondition either for the Brahman or for the illusion, then Brahma, I amness is very essential. In you, the I amness. Can there be movement? Can there be movement?
ते आपोआप असल्यामुळे मी त्याला प्रेम म्हणू शकत नाही असं त्यांचं म्हणणं.
How can you have the experience of coming or going?
असं लागतोय.
The motive force for all your movements is the love.
लव ही चिंधी माया.
That is the very source of illusion. No Maya. The root of illusion.
कुठून येऊन बसता
What identity do you nurse yourself?
कोणा नसता करता.
With what identity do you preserve yourself? Do you nourish yourself?
आणि त्यामुळे सर्व काही करता ते तुमच्या सेवा राहणार का? ज्याचे संगोपन करतात ते तुमच्या सेवाचा राहणार.
Whatever you are doing, is it going to remain in your association?
No.
Forever?
No.
Nice.
त्यामुळे काय खरं आहे.
So therefore, whatever you are doing, where is the validity? Where is the reality in whatever you do? नाही. काही तथ्य नाही.
का
Why? Why is it useless?
भावना
Whatever identity you have about your own self is smeared or sullied by your emotions. Polluted
By?
emotion.
तिचा अंगाला कुठे लावलाय.
By which handless finger can you indicate yourself? Random. You unnecessarily invite beatings.
काय मुलं त्याला काय मला नाही. आणि आपण शिकवून दूर पडावं. तुम्हाला काय झालं. किती कसं लागलं.
When you are not directly experiencing, how dare you talk about it? चुकलं.
कशाला बोलतो काय करावं. बसलं काय वेळ नसतं. भावनात्मक आत्मरंजनाचं शिकून टाकलं. तो कोणाचं कशाला वाटलं असतं.
He is with anyone who has completely erased his conceptual identity about himself. How dare he talk?
आणि तो जप मला वाजवलं फडफड सांगताच आहे.
He says, for such an entity, that noble talks, grandiloquent talks of the Parabrahma, or of Atma Jnana, or the drum beating on the street, they are all alike.
तो तुमच्या नावाला त्याला सोडून जाऊन द्यायचं त्याचं जाणं करून कसं त्याला सांगतात त्याला ठेवून जाऊन बोलणे मुलं चालू होतं.
For such a realized person, a beggar who begs for a morsel of food and goes on singing some mythological epic, and the one who narrates Brahmajnan is the same.
पण द्वंद्व नाही. द्वंद्व आत्मज्ञानासारखा द्वंद्व नाही. आत्मज्ञानासारखं दुःख नाही. आत्मज्ञान नाही.
Self-knowledge, that means this I-amness. Only in the realm of I-amness, all the miseries, all the fights, all the disputes are there. In the absence of this self-knowledge, I-amness, there are no miseries and there is no happiness also.
हो एकूण गोष्टीचा अनुभव आहे. हो एकूण गोष्टीचा अनुभव आहे.
I am gone. This is an experience of an hearsay, a piece of information. You are experiencing a piece of information that I am born.
जन्म झाल्याचा अनुभव नाही.
Nobody has a direct experience of its birth.
काय लागतं
His beingness. Therefore everything is blunder. You blundered into this beingness. Therefore the outcome of all that beingness is also a greater blunder.
होत आहे.
Oh.
या अवस्थेचा जन्म झाला उद्भव झाला. तुझं काय झालं?
Oh.
झाड झोप आणि कल्चर त्या अवस्थेचा जन्म झालाय. त्याचं चुकून म्हणजे आला.
See how nicely he is elevating you. He says, what was the birth? That birth means that knowingness I am, the waking state, and the vital breath. This three-aspected principle has appeared, and that is birth. Where is your birth, he says? Oh, this temporary phase is born. Suppose if the waking state is gone,
झोप त्यांच्या जाणून घ्यायचं का? झोप आणि जाणून घ्यायचं दोन्ही घेतली कर्तव्य पण असेल काय?
you see all these three waking state and deep sleep must be there to have this knowingness. Suppose you miss waking state, you are not having waking state, then can you have deep sleep also? And then can you have the beingness I am? This cycle must go on.
आधार समजेल होते. कोणत्या गोष्टीचा आधार समजेल होतो.
What support are you taking for your own identity from which you are talking?
भावना आहे वृक्ष आहे. भावना प्रधान म्हणजे भावना वृक्षामध्ये वृक्ष आहे. वृक्षामध्ये जगाचे धर्म कर्म आमचा भावना प्रधान आहे. कन्नाला कन्ना मातीला अक्कल नाही, पाण्याला अक्कल नाही, अग्नीला अक्कल नाही. पण ज्याचा पूजा तुकडे करतो आहे पूजा करायच्या सर्व मागतो त्याची पूजा करून त्याला अक्कल आहे समजायची.
It is beingness with the predominance of the emotion. Everything is moving. Only with this capital. He says, all the religions are based on emotions. Now in the name of religion, you also worship a river or a rock. The river or the rock has no intelligence to understand your worship. Nevertheless, you expect return from that to which you are devoted to. You expect some blessing out of that, out of the river or the rock which you are worshipping.
जान झोपताना खूप आणि ही पुढे विचार किंवा अवस्था मनाचं बनली आहे.
He said, understand this fundamental principle. This knowingness equates to waking state and deep state. And again the corollary. Deep sleep and waking state equals to I amness. But all these three aspected entity is the product of objective world, five elemental essence. Is the product of the five elemental essence. The fragrance or the taste of the five elemental essence.
September 1981.
Yesterday,
1st September 1980, morning session begins.
Gordon was asking us if we are getting too worried about the Vyavharik trial. Tell me, like he has told us that we have to think of ourselves living apart from this I amness. But when something occurs at that minute, it doesn't occur. Only a few seconds after that it happens. After, when we think of it later on, then we know we are apart from it. If we're involved in it, it's very difficult to think of it. Right. It takes few minutes, because they're together, so I remind her and she reminds me that.
Yes, you first get involved.
Yeah, then we
And
think-
then after
we
we, that's what happens to everyone. Yeah.
अरे देवाला मुद्दा तुम्ही कोणी तुमच्या आमच्याजवळ आहे का आपण ज्ञान आहे नुसतं ज्ञान आहे हे ज्ञान तिथे आहे देव आहे ब्रह्मा आहे त्या आत्मसात करायचं आहे ज्ञानाला आकार आहे का आपण
ज्ञान का
त्याचा आकार दिलाय म्हणून तो दुःखी होत चाललाय ज्ञानाला ज्ञाच्या आकाराने बघता पण दुःख आहे ज्ञानाला ज्ञानाच्या रूपाने बघता सुखी होत समजून घे.
You see, the knowledge I am, that is God, that is Almighty, that is everything. And you have to worship it, the knowledge, without shape, without form, as it is. And not give it a form of your body or identify it with the body. Therefore this happens. If you continue worshipping him or it as it is, this will gradually drop. Of identifying that knowledge with the body, with the form of the
तेव्हा
body.
आम्ही यातलं आम्हाला ज्ञान नाही का जीव त्याचा ब्रह्म काही नाही आपलं ज्ञान आहे तर जीव ब्रह्म अनंत ज्ञाता म्हणजे आमचं ज्ञान आकाशासारखं विशाल आहे भगवान भगवती म्हणतात प्रकाश प्रकाश ज्ञान आपण आहे हे आत्मसात करा तुम्हाला सगळं करा त्याचं तुम्ही काय करावं नाही करावं आपण तुम्हाला कळत नाही
You identify yourself completely with the knowledge I am. Gradually everything will happen by itself. But it is so vast and so limitless. It is that Bhagavati, that everything it is. And once it is there, there is this world, this Jeev, this Jagat. Without it, there is nothing. So that knowledge I am is the only manifest, whole manifest, total manifest. Once it is understood, recognized, everything will be clear.
भगवान म्हणजे प्रकाश त्याला तुम्ही व्यक्ती मानू नका
God is only light. Do not consider it as an individual form.
आम्ही असलं की आम्हाला ज्ञान आहे म्हणजे आमच्या ह्याचं ना म्हणजे जग मी जगत काय काय आम्ही असलं की ह्याच्या अवघड भरलेला आहे. आमच्या ज्ञानाचा परिणाम आहे. आम्ही अजून ज्ञानाचा परिणाम आहे जग भरलेला आहे.
He, Jagat Brahma is nothing if I do not have the knowledge I am. Once it is there, the whole world is full, total, manifest.
तर त्याने आपल्याला आपल्या ध्यानात घ्यावं. त्याच्यात ध्यान करणार कोण घ्या ध्यानाने आपल्या ध्यानात आपल्याला घ्यावं. ध्यान करा.
While meditating, the dhyan, meditate on that knowledge I am. The knowledge I am is to be meditated upon and it is also meditating. So it has to be one.
तुम्ही देहाच्या जातीने आपल्याला मानता देहाच्या जातीने जगता देहाच्या जातीने मानता ज्ञानाच्या जातीने तुम्ही म्हणत नाही. ज्ञान तुम्ही म्हणत वास्तविक तुम्ही तुम्हाला न करत तुम्ही ज्ञानाचा.
Even if you don't know it, you are that knowledge I am. Because you identify yourself with the body and live with that idea, so also you die with the same idea. But actually the jnana, that knowledge I am, never dies.
ज्ञानाने तुमचं काही नाही तुमचं कोणी नाही. तुम्ही ज्ञान अवघड तुमच्या आणि तुम्ही ना.
So long as the knowledge I am lasts, the whole world belongs to you. But if it is not there, nobody, there is nothing. But it is seasonal.
काही ज्ञान हरणापुरतं असते. ज्ञान सगळं म्हणजे काय आणि काही ज्ञान गेलं काय ज्ञान हापूस आहे तर त्याला आपण आळवा नाही म्हणतात.
The bodily knowledge will last as long as the body lasts. The bodily knowledge is I am. There is knowledge without that bodily knowledge also. That will last forever. But it has no concept that I am.
आणि आपल्याला मानता येतं तरी सुखी होत नाही. त्याचं काम काही संपणार नाही. विमान ज्ञान आपल्याला आपण मानतोय त्याचं कार्य काही संपणार काही सुखी होणार. ज्ञान नाही ज्ञान सगळं आपण आहे त्यांचं कार्य पुढंच होत चाललंय.
Knowledge, that without knowledge, that one which exists without knowledge I am, his activity, his potentiality never ends. It's only this knowledge I am which is seasonal.
तुमच्या आत्मज्ञानाची माहिती कोणी देणार नाही. जेव्हा धर्माची माहिती मला भेटत म्हणतात.
Nobody will give you instruction regarding the knowledge I am, but they will give you plenty of instructions about your body mind.
त्याला सगळे धर्म जे चालू आहे ते देव धर्मावर चालू आहे. ज्ञान धर्म कोणी घेत नाही. या सोडून धर्म कोणी वापरेल लक्षातच घे. मरणाचे भय आहे. ज्ञान सोडून व्हायच्या ज्ञानाला मरत नाही. कोणत्या ज्ञानाला मला दगड आहे ज्ञान बाकी आहे ज्ञान नेमकं आहे ज्ञान तर कळल्याने जाणलं ज्ञान त्यांना मरण कसं आहे. ज्ञानाला पडतो
सुरुवात केली महाराज. Most of the instructions which go by the name of spiritual knowledge are really nothing but do's or don'ts in behaving in the world, which are based on the body mind. The knowledge which is really spiritual knowledge is very rare, and knowledge is something impersonal. It cannot have any form or shape. Whatever knowledge it be, whether it is something which is concerned with the worldly knowledge or otherwise, knowledge as such can have no shape or form.
ज्ञानाचा आधार समाज पदार्थाचा मारून व्यक्त होणार. पदार्थाला ज्ञान त्याचं शास्त्र होतं. Any knowledge which is based on manifestation of the material that is available, as that on which such knowledge is based is also temporal, this knowledge is also temporal. पाच्या ओळखीने ज्या वापरतो तू वापरतो बंधन आहे दोन्ही आहे. त्या जे आपासून ज्ञान आहे आणि जो मानतो आहे त्याला दोन्ही नाही, बंधन नाही. Bondage is always present when one assumes identification with the body. As soon as one relinquishes that identification and believes that so long as the body is there, he is the knowledge I am, then there is no bondage. तुम्हाला काय तुम्ही बोला याच्याबद्दल आम्ही कोणाशी काही बोलत त्याच्या प्रत्येकप्रमाणे त्याला अत्यंत होणार. पण आत्मज्ञान म्हणजे आहे ते शाश्वत आहे, त्याला तुम्ही पुरुष जाण्याचे बंधन नाही. Maharaj says he only talks about knowledge of the self, which is not bound by anyone's, not bound by it being male or female, because there is no identification with the body. So long as the identification with the body is there, the bonding. तुम्हाला काय विचारायचं असेल keeping this in mind, who is asking anything about it. Earlier he said he doesn't deal with or answer any questions which are based on the conduct in the world or whatever happens to us in the world.
We should meditate upon this knowledge I am. You know, how do you meditate?
मी आहे या जाणीवेवर ध्यान करावं असं महाराजांनी सांगितलं. ते ध्यान कसं करायचं? तुमचं बसण्याचं ध्यान कसं करता? बसण्याचं ध्यान कसं करतो? Now you are definite that you are sitting here. You are aware that you are sitting here. So he says, how does that awareness come? How is that consciousness that you are present? That is always with you. At no moment would you think you are not present here, or that you are present somewhere else. The consciousness that you are present here is always there. So he says, how do you meditate on this, on the fact that you are here? आपण सांगितलं प्रश्न बसून तोंडाकडे बोलणार या नसल्यामुळे पुढे जातो चंबन ठेवला. हो चंबन ठेवला जेव्हा तो असण्याचे आत्मज्ञान संचय होत आहे. आपण संचय होऊ शकतो. तो असा संचय होता होता आपण आपणच होऊ आपलं काय करतो शकतो. आपली काय करतो आहे तो ज्ञान दुसऱ्या वेळच्या वेळेला Maharaj says, once we give up this identity with the body, when one gives up this identification with the body mind, when no questions arise, and when no questions arise, this knowledge I am starts to settle down. And when it is allowed to settle down very firmly, then whatever the knowledge it is, it by itself tells us what it is. One doesn't have to ask a third person anything. That knowledge, which after settling down, lets us have all the knowledge that is settling about itself. Because the anyone who can say with great confidence that he is not afraid of death and that death has no fear for him. माझं सध्या आलो मृत्यूने आपल्या मरणाचा वेळा घातलेला मृत्यूने आपल्या मरणाचा वेळा घातलेला तर ते चाहते मरण मृत्यूने मरण मला काय करायचं माझ्या मला का म्हणून तू ते दर्शन करावं तू ते वचन येत राह एकच नाही ते पण माझी पडतं ना Maharaj says, I have very firmly understood and accepted my Guru's advice that promise, I am dead. And therefore, the death can never have any fear for him. Death can only have fear about its own death. Why shouldn't be at all concerned here? And he says, has anyone ever seen the corpse of Tat? In the sentence Tat promise, has anyone seen the Tat have a corpse? उसको काय भाग नाही हो माझ्या याचं काय घेणं दिलेली आहे पण ते वाघ म्हणजे त्यांनी खातो वाघामध्ये त्यांनी भाग खातो लाच मारला मृत्यू मला मारतो म्हणजे मृत्यू मरतो का ना मग माझ्या समोर मृत्यू मरतो बाजू कशी मी करतो शिवसेना त्या मागचा तेवढा काय बोलायचं आहे मला बोलायचं भाग सुटतो बोला जगत भावाप्रमाणे मरणाची ऐका जशी नाही पण मरण कोणाचं आहे पाहिजे
By the Guru's advice. 1st September 1980, morning session continued.
मृत्यू मला मारतो म्हणजे मृत्यू मरतो का ना मग माझ्या समोर मृत्यू मरतो बाजू कशी मी करतो शिवसेना त्या मागचा तेवढा काय बोलायचं याच्यावर मला बोलायचं भाग सुटतो बोला जगत भावाप्रमाणे मरणाची ऐका जशी नाही पण मरण कोणाचं आहे पाहिजे
By the Guru's advice, he has realized and understood that it is the death of the death. Death of the death means death of the mortal. And the mortal is one who associates himself with the body. And for an embodied person, death is very sure. So he says, presently I am surrounded by the so-called death. Like the so-called death. But I am sure that death is going to die. That mortality is going to die, not me.
पण गुरुच्या गोष्टीचे आदर्श ज्ञान म्हणतात ईश्वर पुत्र ठेवणार नाही मला गुरुला बघताय पण हे माझ्या गुरुचं पिक्चर दाखवण्याचा असं पण पाहिजे माझ्या गुरुसाठी अक्षर आहे दोन लक्षात ठेवली कारण आता तुला 5-10 लोक काय झालं ठीक आहे काय कशा तुमच्या काय झालं तुमच्या लोक मी मृत्यू गेला माझ्याकडे आले तर मी तुम्हाला सरळ सांगेन आता मृत्यू मिळतोय हा साक्षी आहे
If you are absolutely one with the words of the Guru, he said it is something like this. Some 4 people are dead. Those 4 people are dead doesn't mean I am dead. I am still alive. Exactly like that. When there is death here, death of the dead, I am still alive. He said, why I realized like that? Because earlier he had mentioned, because Guru told me, first you are the knowledge I am. Then he made me know that I witness the knowledge I am. In the process, I am not the knowledge I am also. I am the absolute. From that standpoint, the death will happen in the realm of consciousness. And I am not the consciousness.
ज्ञानाशिवाय गुरु कोण आहे? त्याला तुम्ही स्त्री पुरुष किंवा लग्नात आमचा जातीचा भास आम्हाला म्हणून त्याची निंदा करता तुम्ही कमी नाही होत.
So the knowledge you are itself is the Guru. But if you embody that principle as Guru in the form of a body or a lame person or a chamar or anybody, you are committing a great heinous sin and you are bound to suffer. Because Guru means you are that knowledge itself is the Guru.
आपल्या ज्ञानाशिवाय कोणी जाणू शकत नाही ओळखू शकत नाही. आत्मज्ञान आपलं जाणतं आपलं ज्ञान पण लोकांशिवाय चांगलं असणार नाही.
To approach or abide in beingness, only the beingness can do it. Therefore, you have to abide in beingness only. You have to be beingness only.
रोजच्या व्यवस्था बदलतात भावना तुम्हाला अनुभव तू झाला तुम्ही माझ्यावर कसा
All these impositions, all these accusations, they are to be imposed on this consciousness, and I am not the consciousness. So I am telling that consciousness, you better get away. I had had enough of you.
अमुक काही ठिकाणी सल्ला भेटतात किंवा भेटतो इतकं येतात मला महत्वाचं नव्हतं मी आणि पुण्याच्या
Okay, sir. Doctor.
घेऊन जायला लागते कमी मग कशाला तुझा बचाव करायची पंचायत मी कशाला करू.
There's a lot of doctors come with their medicinal chest boxes and they want to treat me. They want to as well take me to hill stations. He said, why should I be worried? They are trying to conserve that death so that there is no death. Whose death? In what way am I concerned with the death?
चांगली माणसं आपण तुमचा सांगा तो लोक काय म्हणतात काय करायचं
If you tell this type of argument or logic to any of your friends outside, they will just make a remark, he is a mad fellow. That they will make a remark, his head screw is loose and in any moment it will fall off.
म्हणून आता म्हणतो काय प्रिय आहे कोणाला
Because in the world, what can be more dear than the body itself?
आत्मप्रिय अरे म्हणण्यापुरतंच आहे पुण्य काय असेल तर हे
Presently, body is most loved. It's only words we say, I love the self. It's only for the sake of words.
काय म्हणायचं तुला बरोबर आता त्याची पूर्ण करतो आणि
It doesn't mean that you should neglect your body.
साहित्य साधन आहे
This is the very equipment or the aid or our instrument for developing the self-I-amness or the self-love, self-knowledge.
ऐकून उद्योगपणाचा वाचतो आहे तो स्वरूपाचा मुरंबा बनतोय
He says after listening to this talk, if one subsides in oneself and becomes a gem in the knowledge of the self, then only he can develop.
धरून ठेवला कृष्ण माझेच होता त्याचा आगमन नाही झालं होतं. आता मृत्यू आलं आत्मा विचार होतं
a 9% from a village, but spiritually advanced, he has the firm confidence that I means Krishna only. So he equates Krishna with himself. So when such identity is there, one with Krishna, or he himself means Krishna only in the earlier incarnation, it's self-confidence. Suppose the death approaches, what will be his state after death, after so-called death? What will he be?
त्याला अजून त्याचं सांगितलं नाही बघ त्याच्या नंतर नेचर बघतो मी काय मखराची गोष्ट मला कळतो लबा लोक झोपतो असं लबा तेच झालं बरोबर त्याला सांगतो मला मिळाला मग तुझ्या मरणाचं मला भय नाही पण माझ्या पुरता आत्माचा धोका मृत्यूच्या मरणाचे मला भय नाही मला साधनं नाही प्रसाद मृत्यू आता झाला सोडून करते आधी त्याच्या माझा वाढत नाही करायचा काही आहे
I can emphatically tell you that I have no fear of the death of death. That is of the mortal. He said it is something like this. Somebody is sitting here, he is very restless, he is not very happy. And at the earliest opportunity he wants to run away from this place. Just like that, death with me now.
मग कोणाची गोष्ट पक्की करून ठेवा चालू
Amongst the very many statements in spirituality which you listen, at least embrace and imbibe at least one sense, but make it fully as yours. Do that only.
मला माझं की पण मला आधी आधी करत म्हणायचं पाया पडून कुणाचा विचार काही काय लागतं सगळं जिल्हा बघायला
Piously and very meekly. How long and how many times we should plead with the death and continuously die? वृत्ती ज्ञान व्यक्ती ज्ञान
आपण आहे हे ज्ञान आपण
हे आत्मज्ञान.
सगळ्याचा नाही खायचा कोण
Know that you are, the knowledge you are, I am. This is Atmadhyam. a consequence of that, subsequent consequence of that manifestation is Brahmadhyana. I am everything. First of all, I am, starting from here. And everything I am. That is Brahman. Yes. The dynamic nature of the manifest knowledge is Brahmadhyana. In this this manifest knowledge of Brahmadhyana is not exclusive to anybody. It is not anybody's private property. It is universal. It is manifest. Not conditioned by anybody, by any personality. Everything is something like asthmatic. Because of weather and so many times it climbs up and down and also his own health. So my food intake is also less. Therefore evacuation also is less. There is no chinta. I am not obsessed by worries. But what is going on is chintan. Chintan means that meditative mood. So whenever I meditate or that meditative mood, that mood is not with reference to me as a person or an individual. It is about the manifest nature only.
प्रकल्पाने आधुनिक आणि म्हणजे काय पंखा करतो आपण जो आहे पंचमचा म्हणजे काय पंखा करतो
Occupied by this I amness, I feel I amness and no I amness. Without I amness, whatever is, that also is felt in the meditation and I amness. Again the manifest movement of the nature. And out of this manifest movement, because of certain form, individuality happens. All these individual forms. Individual form go again the manifest nature only. Beingness, no beingness.
काय मी मोजते माझं ज्ञान मी फक्त बोलतो ब्रह्माचे नाम महाराज असं ज्ञान असतं तू काय म्हणतात जगताची मला ओळख मला जी ओळख भोगाला लागतो त्या म्हणतात
And also he had said that out of this meditation, I am not having any gain or any possessions as such. It just happened. That's all. Just now he said, suppose a great sage comes here and he is itching for a dispute with me. I will say, I have nothing to dispute with you. If at all you want to listen to me, it will be with regarding to my own knowledge. About myself I am going to talk. I have nothing to say about anybody else. It's only my story. I am going to narrate. So there is no scope for any dispute.
मी पण कोणाला काय जाते मला
No. I don't remember having seen anybody earlier. nor anybody has any memory of having seen me. Because when I did not have the knowledge I am earlier, how could I have the knowledge of somebody else? Then my
या माझ्या पण जीवनात असते तेव्हा आपण राहू वाटतो राहू वाटतो कोणासाठी तुमचं मारत ज्या गोष्टी आम्ही महत्व आहे ते गोष्ट लग्ना वस्तू अति वस्ती मध्ये होत तुझं नक्की म्हणून मी वाटतं त्या पण नसतो मला पाहिजे तो मी असण्याचे ज्ञान ज्याला आहे असे ज्ञान जाती कला वस्तू झाला आम्ही संचय घेऊन आधार लागला समजतो संचय घेऊन आपण संचय घेऊन आधार लागला काय आणि पाहिला नंतर काय बाबाने आजची अन्नाची करत होतो मग आम्ही संचयात ज्ञानाची आपली आमची आमची ज्ञानाची वाढून लागली असा गुणच भाग आहे अजूनही यायचं जिथे जो प्रकाश आहे तिथे ज्या रूपाने होता ते वाढून आहे मदत नाही आवडले असं माझं ज्ञान मला त्यावेळेस परिस्थितीमध्ये मला तर दाखवण्याचं आणखी असून आणि आपण म्हणतो यांना तिचं ज्ञान काय होतं माझ्याबद्दल तरी पण कोण दुर्लभ पदार्थ हा उकळून मारला आणि तो संचय देऊन साकारला अन्न संचय देऊन साकारला तो नंतर वाचला होता त्याला दोन उपयोग सामर्थ्य लागलेला कोण पण माझ्या समोर असतं हो गुरु त्याच्यावर मोठे कहाँ से कौन भरा तुम मैंने तुम्हें
found in the way I expound will not be realized by many. It is not for the consumption of a common man. Rarely anyone will understand what I am driving at. He is now telling about his sickness. He says in the present state of wealth, anybody else would have gone to various places to places of better climate. He says, I am understanding this sickness in this fashion. He says, in the womb or in the fetus, whatever that principle that was planted, around that principle, the body formation has taken place, the accretion of the body. And later on, the child came out, the baby came out, that is, I came out. And there was further consumption of food. With further consumption of food and the food essence, that very principle, that touch of I-amness, whatever it was, which was planted, that started getting stronger. In the fetus it was ignorance, but later on we started collecting lot of so-called concepts, ideas, and it became knowledgeable. Now Maharaj is asking, what is that principle which says now I am? The parents did not know before the appearance of the child, nor the child knew the parents before it was born. So it is sudden natural process, a quintessence of the food which says I am, I am. And later on, when the principle, because of lack of food and food essences, gets extinguished, not dead, does not get lost, it just sets, then where is it? So it has a certain span of life, this I amness. Since when and how long, he is asking for that I amness.
सुंदर संस्कार गाना आता गाना होतं स्वर्ण गाण्याचं तिला पण अमुक त्यासाठी तुम्ही आनंद असतात बसला का नाही हो तसं लागतं सकाळ आम्ही बोलतो हा मुलगा सत्वाचा आहे असं तर मला कमी करत गेलं मी माझा बोलायला सुद्धा होणार आता ना सत्व निर्णय म्हणजे फक्त होणार आम्हाला त्यामुळे मला नंतर तुमचा देव धर्म कोणाकरता मी कोणासाठी मला गोष्टी मांडलेला मला परत नाही मेरा नाना चौथा मोठी सरकारी आहे तो घेतलं वाटलं वाल्मिक म्हणजे आमचा नाना स्वतःला सगळं मला वाळून झालं वाघ म्हणजे आता काय होत ना वाळून झालं नाही बघा संस्कृती राहणार त्यामुळे मला घरच्या आपल्याला होतं त्या भूमिका इतका होय तेव्हा
Shuddha Sattva. Various forms to be created. Just as out of gold, various types of ornaments are created. So just like Shuddha Sattva, he said out of gold also you can derive the essence. Normally what called the water of gold in local language. Or even the bhasma, the ash out of gold. That is the very essence of gold. Similarly, the very essence of this food essence, the quintessence of that is the taste I am. So finally says, what is this I am? I am is the product of this food essence. In which where are you? Now later on, to give occupation to this I amness, so many concepts like God and rituals, heaven, hell, all those things have come up. Among so many concepts, one is about this Satakoti Ramayana also he says. He said, as I understand, how is it possible that Valmiki, who was doing his tapas, Valmiki was a dacoit. He was persuaded by Narada to worship or recite the name of God. So he starts doing that. And then he sits for meditation in a forest. And there was an overgrowth of white ant hill, the termite. So in spite of the white ant, he still survived inside. So Maharaj said, is it really true? And then later on when he comes out, he writes that epic Shatakoti Ramayana. Not a history,
त्याच्या कवितेत रामाचा अवतार झाला.
a forecast of the Rama. And to match that forecast, Rama takes birth. And to match Shatakoti Ramayana.
त्याला कोणाचं म्हणलं? हे पर्वत. गंगाला याचं म्हणलेला पर्वत शिखराचं लोक पोहोचले. पर्वताच्या ठिकाणी ठेकून परंतु निर्णयाची तू आहे नारायण आता आहे का वगैरे काय चैतन्याचे राजाने करा मंत्र्याला पण तो बायकोनं घातलं बायकोनं आजवर घेत म्हणून त्याला बायकोचा आजार आहे आता बनायला चांगला आहे पण तो नाही उठला तो आल्यामुळे राजाने असण्याला गेली त्याला प्रार्थना क्षणाच्या बाजूने होतात त्यामुळे घडतात तो अर्थ शीतल पाण्यासारखा पोहोचतो आहे त्या भक्तीच्या गोष्टी नंतर मग वागवण काय आहे तो सापडा नाही आहे डोक्याला ठेव सापडून तो 10 रुपये घालून शकला लोक 10 वर्ष मुलाला आपल्याला तो मला हल्ली सुद्धा होतात तो विस्तारणार चालतात लोक ते ठराविक देवाची ओढ तर मंत्र समजते माझ्या करता मी काय म्हणतो सगळं खरं आहे पण माझ्या करता माझ्या हाती मी काय आहे
inscrutable are the ways of the nature. You cannot investigate. There have been amazing miracles in the past. With all that, what I am questioning is only about myself. I don't deal with all that because it leads me nowhere. I inquire only about myself. Of a crest of a mountain because of the wrath of his father. But nothing happened to him. Later he told the story of another devotee who was called by the king because the king was proceeding for some battle or something. But this chap did not come up. He wanted to see his wife and after that he met the king. Meanwhile king got angry. So he ordered that person should be thrown into a boiling cauldron full of hot oil. So that person was thrown into it. So he was swimming nicely as if he was in a swimming pool. And he was not burnt. So the king felt there must be some mischief. So he asked some fellow, you throw a coconut and see whether the oil is hot or not. So the coconut was thrown. But because of the high temperature, the coconut got burst and hit the person who threw the coconut inside. With the result, that person died. But this fellow was happily swimming inside. So he said, these are the stories, believe it or not. But this is the way nature is playing. I am not concerned with that. I am concerned only with myself, my story and my employee. Whose concern? Whose stories are these? These are the stories of that principle because of which I am presently. My I amness is there. My consciousness. It is in the realm of my consciousness all these things are happening. He said, my knowledge will not be acceptable to the intellectuals. So, in whatever state you prevailed in, prior to the formation of this form or this shape, you will go to the same state after the departure of this form. Sadhana means discipline or the aid for self-realization. He is asking, can you have the aid or a sadhana or discipline in the absence of the knowledge I am? Suppose this I amness is not, can you have sadhana? Can you have aid for self-realization? See, what is the primary requirement? What is the prerequisite?
आपण असल्याचे ज्ञान जर आपली हजेरी मारी तर दुसऱ्याची हजेरी काय महत्व आहे कोणत्या प्रकारचे आपण म्हणून आपली हजेरी आम्हाला भेटलं की नाही किंवा काही महत्व वाटत आणि ते कळते किंवा करते त्या ज्ञानाला कळलं त्या ज्ञानाला प्रत्येक गोष्टी सगळ्याकडे व्यसनाचं ज्ञान बाजू तुला ज्ञान आपलं तुला ज्ञानावरच आहे तुला ज्ञानावर तुला ज्ञानाचं ठेवते आणि त्याला आपल्याला डोकं ज्ञान काही नाही तुला पण पुस्तक आहे संपूर्ण ज्ञान आठवती लागू ज्ञान ज्ञानाला नसत शिवाय डोक्याला घेईन तुला पण पासून फार आपण पुण्यातून निर्माण झालेलं आहे खाल्लेल्या अन्नातून निर्माण झालेलं आहे
The knowledge I am giving, is it an outcome of fasting or is it an outcome of food? You know you are. Is it because of the food that is consumed or because you fast? Out of fast it has come out. Because of food, no? अन्नामुळे कसलं पाहिजे नाही का
माल बाहेर बाहेर जेव्हा आले तेव्हा अन्न संचयाचा आकार घेऊन आले
Further he says, when the child was born, what was the child, what was that body? it came out with a packet of food only. And what is that packet? That body. The very body represents the food. The body is the food. All the knowledge I am. Body is the essence of food.
आपण खाते त्याची बॉडी होते सर.
आम्ही जे खातो त्याच या अन्नाचाच देह होतो.
अन्न कमी मिळालं अन्न जेवण झालं म्हणजे आपल्याला आपण विचारला
When the food consumed gets less and less, his awareness also will dwindle. It will become weak and weak. And then one will say, I am going to die. Why that so-called death is there? Because food is getting exhausted.
आमच्याकडे तुम्ही तुमच्या ज्ञानाचं भक्ती केली त्या ज्ञानामध्ये लोक ते वाढविलं मग मृत्यू म्हणजे तुम्ही ऐकलेलं आहे त्या मृत्यूचा मृत्यू होतो तुमचा मृत्यू होऊ शक्य नाही.
He said, having come here, as I told you, he said, if at all you want to remember this visit to this place, remember only one thing. You know you are. You worship that you are-ness only, I am. That very I am principle only, as the very God of all gods. There is no other God greater than this God I am. Be that only. Worship that godly I amness only.
मग हा कसा राहिला काय होता कसा
I am only that you are means God only. Abide therein. You will realize that so-called death is going to die. And in that bargain, you remain without death. And you will realize you are not having birth and also no death. It is the death that is going to die, not you.
नशा होता असं तुम्हाला
So when the body drops off,
सुखदुःखाचा कशाचा अनुभव होता मुलाच असं
before the arrival of this body, before the imposition of this body, you did enjoy certain state. When the body goes, you will again relapse into the same state. In that state, there is no pleasure or pain. The pleasure and pain has come with this I amness, the touch of I amness together with the body. With the arrival of that, there is arrival also of pain and pleasure.
सत्वाचा आहे त्या सत्वामध्ये कोणाला आपण त्यांच्या आशीर्वाद द्याल आहे कोणाला असं नाही म्हणून तो देहाचा आधार घेतले म्हणून तो देव प्राप्त झाला असेल तर जनावर असं
This, any body or for that matter this body also, is the result of the five elemental play, right, starting right from space, down up to earth, water, air, fire, everything, vegetation, then food. Out of that, finally this is the outcome which is the quintessence of all the foods, out of five elements. And when it gets a proper body form, and when the vital breath function, the touch of mindfulness is there. It's a natural outcome. So that touch of I-amness doesn't mean it is he or anybody else. It's not a question of whose I-amness. That is I-amness. That is the taste.
पंचायत वैशाली आहे वैशाली नाही त्याची वैशाली आहे तिकडे उद्या तू आम्ही वैराग्य अशी एक कल्पना त्याला ज्ञान नाही आपला पण त्याला आत्मज्ञान नाही आपण सारे त्याच्या हाती आले नाही ऐकलेल्या आशाप्रमाणे तो रंगाळतोय लोक वाचण्याची संकट आलेली आहे वाचनामध्ये आलेलं त्या हिशोबी घेऊन त्याचा महत्व निर्माण मागे
He said here is a sage-like person who has come here. All the garb and the dress represents a sage or a sadhu. But his mind, his face does not reveal that quietude. It represents dispassion, more than dispassion, frustration and disappointments. It is not indicative of the self-realization or abidance in the self-knowledge. Probably he is taken for a ride by all the knowledges which he has collected from hearsays or after reading various books. He is trying to find out the meaning of all what he has learned externally, and he is trying to fit himself in those meanings. Hence this expression of frustration or disappointment.
अदृष्ट
तिथे स्वतःच्या वतीने काय लागले आपण ज्ञानाची रचना काय म्हणून जाणतो कोणी विचार करेल पंचमुखी पदार्थाचा अत्यावश्यक स्वान म्हणजे मिळाल्याचा अनुभव
From the unseen principle, non-tangible principle, the body formation has started taking shape. But that indwelling principle, that touch of I amness is also there. How did it come about? Nobody investigates here. He says it is something like a taste or a fragrance. The taste of sugarcane, sweetness. Similarly, the taste of this complete body, pulsating body, the taste emanating out of that is the taste I am, the feeling I am. You are able to stabilize in the knowledge you are. That means you can focus your attention in the knowledge I am. When you consume and digest sattvic food of good quality, it helps you to stabilize in the knowledge I am. Sattvic food.
चिंता होईल एवढं ज्ञान विकास होती